You're watching Autour du Monde and we visit France. Welcome on Autour du Monde. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like our videos. In this new adventure, we will do 2,500 kilometers through Italy, France, and Switzerland. But in this first episode, you'll see our flight from Montreal to Milano, our stay in Genoa, and our really first day of the travel in the city of Cannes and the city of Fréjus. As usual, for this new adventure, we fly out of Montreal airport. Like our tradition, this is the last poutine, an original meal from Quebec, with a sign of our departure for Milano, Italy. Ça va bien?
Très bien. On est
Our journey will begin and end in this great northern Italian city. It's a relatively easy drive to south of France and will allow us to return to Italy via Mont Blanc on our return from Switzerland. Allez, monsieur. As we do normally, we rented a car for the entire 2 weeks trip. We then headed for Genoa, 2 hours south of Milano. En route, we stopped for our first good meal. It's a bit of a culture shock since roadside stops offer much better meals here than in North America. Welcome to Genoa. It's Italy's 6th largest city with a population of 1 million inhabitants. We took advantage of this stop to do as the Italians do, sitting down at a small cafe to drink a sublime cappuccino. Genoa is said to have been the birthplace of the famous Christopher of Columbus, and you can see what would have been his childhood home as you stroll through the streets. Perhaps because the city is not that close to Roma or Firenze, Genoa isn't very touristic. Nevertheless, we were charmed by this city by the sea. The architecture is, as everywhere else in Italy, exceptional, which makes the visit very pleasant. We visited several churches in Genoa, including this one, the Church of Jesus, also known as the Church of St. Ambrogio and Andrea. It featured a superb painting by Rubens, The Circumcision of Jesus. As it was December 38th, Christmas decoration brightened our stroll through the city streets. The pedestrian streets are actually below the level of the actual city. From there, we took a few minutes to visit the port area, which has been renovated in recent years. It's really a lovely place. We really loved this half-day trip in Genoa, enough to plan to return to discover a little more of this city in the future. We left Genoa in the late afternoon for Juan-les-Pins, a 223 kilometers journey that normally takes about 2.5 hours. We rounded off our first day with a remarkable meal at Il Ristorante, the Italian restaurant in Antibes. We start the second day of our trip in Juan-les-Pins before heading for Cannes, 10 kilometers away. Welcome to Cannes, a city whose name you probably know from its famous film festival. This visit is perfect for recovering for our first 400 kilometers the day before. The flagship city of the Côte d'Azur is very pleasant to walk around, not to mention the many stops you can make in the various luxury boutiques. Afterwards, we headed for the town's beach, which is not very busy at this time of the year. Still, it's a great opportunity to stroll along the Croisette and admire the seafront. So we are in Cannes. You'll see the famous palace of the Festival of Cannes, but be aware it costs a lot to stay in Cannes. Yes, this is here that every year the biggest stars of Hollywood and of the Seventh Art gather for the Cannes Film Festival. Outside the festival, it's a little less glamorous, but like any good tourist, we made a symbolic ascent of the famous red carpet steps. That said, if you have visited the Palais des Festivals and the many luxury boutiques, you'll quickly have seen the wall of Cannes. We only had a meal there and spent half a day. We continue further west to the town of Fréjus, 40 kilometers from Cannes, a 30 minutes journey. We begin our visit to Fréjus with its Roman theater, which was unfortunately closed at the time of our visit. The town of 60,000 inhabitants was founded by the Romans in 49 BC. The Gallo-Roman city was first named Forum Julii in honor of Julius Caesar himself, before becoming a colony under Augustus. The city still boasts a number of Roman remains, including the pillars of an aqueduct. After Arles, Fréjus is the French site with the most ancient remains from the Roman era. Fréjus is said to have declined from the 4th century, but it did welcome the triumph of Charles V in the 16th century. Today, along with Saint Raphael, Fréjus is the economic, cultural, and tourist hub of the Eastern Var region. Afterwards, we wandered around modern Fréjus, walking along the beach at the Base Nature, an amazing spot where locals were fishing as we were there. We also discovered the Boulevard d'Alger, where we made a few stops, and discovered the bakery Secret Famille, a place we'd recommend to you. As it was December 31st, we left Fréjus at the end of the day for Cannes, where we had booked a table to celebrate the New Year. The meal at the restaurant Le Routier Sympa was simply delicious. Thanks again to the whole team for making us feel so welcome. After our meal, we decided to admire the fireworks that Cannes is famous for every January 1st. Around midnight, we were really impressed by this incredible show. Thanks for watching that first episode of Autos du Monde in South of France. In our next episode, you'll follow us in Menton, in Monaco, and in the city of Nice.